Good morning, everybody, and welcome to Chassidus in the morning. 15 minutes to change our lives. Kuntres Perek Yud Daled. In the beginning or in the middle of Perek Base. Today's class we're gonna focus on Omar ben Osnat. And Mitzvah Hashem should be safe and healthy, and should have only good. And that's Zchus of Yosef Yitzchak ben Simcha. They should be healthy and safe and come back home already. And for all the Yidden and all the soldiers and all the captives in Eretz Yisroel and around the world, that we're all seeing what it means, galus, not just in our own personal lives, but in the world around us, and how false and sheker it is. And with Hashem, through our learning, we reveal the kedusha and the truth and the emes and the elikus, and that should help bring Mashiach. We should get out of this galus. Talking about galus, so we were discussing yesterday about the excuse that the person gives themselves for their situation, and they blame their surroundings, they have bad friends, whatever it is. And what we discuss is how it's important to choose good friends, and the friends make a very big difference. And really, it's surrounding ourselves with the people that we want to emulate. Be around those types of people. If you're going to surround yourself with people that are nebachs, so you're going to surround yourself with nebachs. You're going to surround yourself with people that are not into Torah and mitzvahs and Yiddishkeit. So that's going to pull you. And that's why, when people go to yeshiva and seminary, it's very important you choose which one, you choose correctly. One of the reasons is you want to make sure you're in an environment that's going to help you grow, not the opposite. And this is throughout your life. You look at your friends and see what they're holding, and see if this is taking you in the right direction. Mitzvah Hashem they are. But it's and like we've been talking about a lot of what we learn in Chassidus is really looking into yourself and seeing what's going on and seeing how's it all working. So now we're going to discuss the problem with bad friends. Lumad zeh chavera, in contrast to having good friends, having bad friends, it affects you very much negatively to go into that negative direction. That it turns us away from the straight and narrow, the right path. That will cause us to do things that by nature us ourselves wouldn't do such a thing. Peer pressure. You see it all the time. It's a big thing, and it's for sure exists. And the problem is peer pressure and the negative can get you to do things that you wouldn't even do, but that pressure is causing it. Kasher anaroyim zeh b'chush b'har b'bnei adam. Like you see clearly with many people, shehayu tevim mitzad by themselves they were good. Val yideis chabrusam la'nashim royim, through connecting with bad people, nasim royim v'chatayim chansan, they become sinners and God forbid do not good things. Yeah. I remember a sad story. I was in camp. People were making fun of a kid, and like everyone just went and just riled up the crowd, and everyone was being not nice to him. And everyone, I think, alone wouldn't have done such a thing, but the crowd caused it to happen. And really, so a lot of us are going to say, well, I don't have bad friends, that doesn't sound me. But I think another way of looking at it is not necessarily having bad friends, which Mr. Hashem we don't, but it's also looking at what am I surrounding myself with? Am I surrounding myself with positive things, with good things? Like let's say I want to learn more, so I should surround myself with people that also want to learn, and find those types of people and go connect with them. If I want to surround myself with people that are healthy or eat healthy, so I should find people that are healthy and eat healthy. Things like this. Recognizing the influence, the positive or the negative influence of my surrounding. And from this, we were commanded in Pirkei Avos, in Perek Aleph, acquire yourself a friend. What does that mean? Meaning, of course, a good friend. Meaning, put in effort to make good friendships. You'll get a lot of good from that person. Well, in the other hand, conversely, distance yourself from a bad neighbor. Va'al tischaber l'Rasha, and don't connect with the Rasha. Like our rabbi saying himself to Seitel, Oy l'Rasha, oy l'Shechena, woe is to the wicked one, and woe is to his neighbor. Meaning, the issue is not just the person that's wicked, but it's the people that are around him, because he affects. Like Rashi says on the pasuk, Vika Kairach, the Kairach took. Rashi says, "Kol shekain, k'shehiyeh chaver a love, shegoim le'ra harbe." Even more so, that the neighbors are going to be more affected more negatively. V'im kein harei hu mischaye b'nafshe al zeh she hischaber l'rasha. So therefore, we have to recognize that we're at fault for our friends. And with what he justifies ourselves. So we can't say, we said in the beginning, a person says, it's not my fault, I have a big taiva, a big itzahara, and my friends, this is the friends. We no, that's not, we shouldn't excuse ourselves that way. We should say, we should have an honest conversation with ourselves, and these are my friends. Are they leading me to good things? And if not, let me go find other friends and make myself friends, other places. Now, of course, thought it was easy finding friends, but for sure, if we recognize this dynamic properly, it's we owe it to ourselves to surround ourselves with good company, and it's applies also, with marriage, hanging out with people that are positive influence on marriages, whereas or in contrast to people that aren't, things like this, and it applies in so many levels. Like we talked about yesterday about hanging out with people that are positive about shidduchim, positive about work, positive about themselves, things like this. That's all good for us. Yeah, rak behachet harisha and sha'asa. So really, where's the problem starts itself? It's the first mistake, which is sha'asa mashis chaber love. It's the connection that we do. She'ein zeh hatzdaka klal, and this is no excuse. But where does it come from? People you hang out with, and it's that choice that we made. Who we're going to surround ourselves with. And the problem is, because of this mistake, instead of saying, I probably shouldn't be friends with these people, I should probably find other friendships, and whatever it is that we do. But we don't say that to ourselves, but we love ourselves. So what do we say? We fool ourselves, we lie to ourselves, and we give ourselves excuses why this happened. And also we justify ourselves with the sins that we do. And this is something, we always look at other people and we're very quick to judge, but when it comes to ourselves, we're quick to justify. And this is what he's saying. We have to be very careful with this. We have to, and the reason is not because we shouldn't be fakers, which is for sure also true, but it's because if we're going to lie to ourselves, so then we're not going to change. We're not going to have the desired effect. Life is not going to be the way we're meant to be. We're meant to be the top of the top, the best, connected to Hashem, living life to the max, all these good things. But if we're sitting there and we're just fooling ourselves and lying to ourselves, so we're never going to get there. This that we justify ourselves, it also affects the tshuva. And this is an important point. We've learned this somewhere else. I don't remember. Maybe a Cholzul. Yeah, I think it was in a Cholzul. But the point is that the tshuva, to do tshuva, is to own up to our mistakes. Now, if we justify our mistakes, it's very hard to own up to it. And even if we do own up to it, it's not a real owning up. That's like I said before, and I want that Simcha. The Rebbe says, true tshuva comes not because of any outside external forces. It's not because you're suffering. It's not because someone's catching you out on it. It's because you recognize within yourself you need to change. That it's not right. I need to do tshuva on this. And he's always saying, if we're justifying all our actions, it's like, yes, it was wrong what I did, but, and what we got to do is say, no, it was wrong. And that's what he's saying. Hey, b'tshuva Hamishkal Hainu L'Tzayer L'Sage Fes Atzmei Ke'erech Atainu K'Shayolei. He says birth in the tshuva that is calculated, meaning I did the wrong thing, so I need to counterbalance that. So we don't counterbalance it properly because we love ourselves. So he treats someone really badly. So when you come to say tshuva, your tshuva is not, you don't say sorry to the extent of what you really hurt them, because you don't recognize it because of the love, self-love. So it's kind of, oh, it wasn't so bad what I did. Oh, you don't know, whatever. Yeah. And we diminish it. Because we say to ourselves, it wasn't really my fault. And so therefore, if it's not truly my fault, so I don't need to truly ask for forgiveness, do true tshuva. So it doesn't pain himself so much in the tshuva. That's what he's saying. It's a very interesting idea, and meaning it's realizing, and this is sort of a theme that it applies to so many areas of our lives, being honest with ourselves. And this is sort of the point. This is one of the big chidushim of Chassidus, is to be honest with ourselves, not because of anything, but to be a mensch, to really live our lives properly, to really connect to Hashem properly. We got to be honest with ourselves. We can't pretend we're living, we're tzaddikim, we're doing so good, and we're doing things incorrectly, and we're not doing tshuva for them properly, and things like this. And yeah, it's like the story. My friend was teaching Tanya to a friend of his that wasn't Lubavitch, and the guy loved him. At one point, they were like talking about it, and he goes, I have one big issue with Tanya. So he said, what's the issue? He goes, before I learned Tanya, I thought I was a tzaddik. Being a tzaddik wasn't so hard. Now I learned Tanya, I'm never going to be a tzaddik, and it bothers me. He's like I miss it. I'm never going to be a tzaddik. And so I was telling my friend about it. We were discussing a little bit, and I was like, it's a foolish statement, because when you're learning Tanya, yeah, you're not going to be a tzaddik, but you're going to know who you really are. You're going to be honest with yourself. And before you learn Tanya, or he's complaining about learning Tanya, he goes, I like living this fake lifestyle. I think I'm so good. Life is perfect. I'm so good. And now I learned Chassidus, and suddenly I realize who I really am. And and he was like saying, it's enjoyable. It's emes, I get to realize who I am. But I don't like that. I like to live that fake world. He didn't mean it in those words, but that's essentially what he's saying. It's like the story of the Chassid, the guy, sometimes Alter, that he was misnagid, and he learned in Eretz Yisroel, and he heard about the Alter, and ended up going to Lubav, or going to Liozna by the Alter. In those days, traveling was very difficult. And he came. So what did he do? In Eretz Yisroel, the people that lived in Eretz Yisroel in those days, they were supported because there was no economy. And they learned all day. They came to Eretz HaKodesh to make it holy and to connect with the holiness of it by learning. And also there's not much parnasa. So he was learning all day. Then he came to Liozna by the Alter Rebbe, and he's also learning all day. So Chassidim asked him, he said, I don't understand. Before you were Chassid, you learned all day. Now you became a Chassid, you still learn all day. So what did you gain? What was the whole purpose of this whole trip? So he said, it was one. He goes, it's two questions with the same answer. What was the question? He goes, before I came to Chassidus, what was the two questions? Before I came to Chassidus, I thought I was the greatest guy. And I used to say to myself, this is my question I had. Before I left Chassidus, he said, I'm such a great person. I'm so holy and so the best of the best. How am I going to get enough reward? How is Hashem going to reward me enough for the greatness of where I am? And what did I answer myself? Hashem is a kol yachal. Hashem can do everything. So therefore, he can figure out a way how to give me my reward in Gan Eden. Then, when he came to Liozna and he came to Chassidus and he recognized who he really was, so he said he had to ask the question. He goes, I'm such a low life and I'm so fake. How can Hashem withstand me? It's like, how can I even Hashem recreates me every day and every second? I'm so worthless. So he said, what I asked myself, Hashem is a kol yachol. Hashem can do everything, so therefore he also withstand me. Now the point is, it's not to bash ourselves, chas v'shalom, but the point is what happened to him and what was being chiddush, and he liked it. He came, he enjoyed it. It wasn't like I hate it. What did he enjoy? He came, Lubavitch, Chassidus made him understand who he really was, and he could become honest with himself. And for that, it was worth that trip. And he said, for this, that was the end. That was the punchline. Because for this, it was worth the whole trip, that dangerous trip. Meaning, because without, he realized that if I wouldn't have learned Chassidus, I wouldn't know who I really am. If we know who we really are, I already have the solution. If we're not honest with ourselves, we can never really go anywhere. We're always stuck in our little bubble of fakeness. And this is sort of what we're saying, that we got to be honest with ourselves. And honest with ourselves does not mean find all the faults and discuss it with myself all the time. Because if we're being honest, we have plenty of milas. And the biggest challenge, I think, in our generation we have is being able to see our milas and how great we are. So it doesn't mean we ignore all the milas and all our specialness and our gifts and our talents. But it's being honest in both ways, recognizing the talents that we have and also recognizing what need to be fixed in an honest and unbiased and unlike the defeating way. Mitzvah Hashem by all of us that we should recognize the true potential, be honest with ourselves, and have an amazing day.